Hey guys, so watch this video here for Thursday, September 3rd. Showing you the spot here, just melting up, continuing to just go higher. It's a very, very impressive market. For those of you that were in chat today, you already know this. I absolutely sucked. And it was really one blunder I made, but I just sized up on a pullback play, which you're not supposed to do. Those are supposed to be smaller. And I was, a little bit green on the day up until that, and that put me into nicely red territory. And Wayne made some stellar calls, and I felt like I missed two or three of them by like a split second, and I'm not going to chase. And, a lot of them gave a pullback to the entry area, and I could have got in then. And I just, when you do something stupid, you kind of lose confidence. So ended up the day nicely red, and then I did tweet this out. These are my after hours trades. I bought RKT, Rocket Mortgage, had a bid at 28, right? I threw in the bid, and I'll show you the pre-market here. I threw in the bid, and I want to say it was trading at 28.80 when I put the bid out, right? And I left my office, threw in the bid, went and fired up the grill, talked to my wife for a little bit, come back in, and I got filled at 28, and it was already over somewhere right around 29. I was like, you know what? I'm going to take a quick buck on some. And you see, I did a limit of 29, sold some, filled at 29.06. And then I thought, if this thing rolls over, I want to make sure and lock in more gains because it had such a crappy day. So anyway, and then you can see the rest of my sales actually sold. My best sell was 31.15. But let me go to after hours to show you this, just to give you a little clue as to why. I got to put after hours on there. Time templates, 24 hours, 60-minute candles. So this is the reason I took it. And keep in mind, it probably looked somewhat like this. It was starting to come down. Like I said, it was probably 29 or 28.80 or something. And I just looked to the left. I thought, you know what, this thing's done pretty well. If you ignore that one spike down, 28's been pretty decent support. And it had come a long way to get there. So that's why I threw out the bid at 28, left my office. And look at this. This is where I got filled. So it literally went down to 27.90. I couldn't believe when I came in and had it. That's one of those, I usually don't get lucky like that, especially walking away. And so there's my fill right there using 5-minute candles. And then as I showed you, just scaled out all the way back up. And it ended up putting me nicely green on the day. I'm not going to lie. There's certainly some luck involved in that, especially not even being around when I got filled. But sometimes what do they say? It's better to be lucky than good. Anyway, I'm pretty happy with that. It's nice to be back green on the day after I did everything wrong. What am I watching for tomorrow? Well, wait, I want to give some props here. Wayne made a really nice call on FMCI today. He made several good calls, but this is the one that stands out to me. Let me get after hours off there now. So it looked like this, put in its early high right at 20.52. Came and put in a lower high and started sneaking back up, and he just called it long over 20.52, and that's where it triggered. And this is the one I clicked the button and it jumped me, and I just pulled my bid. And I could have left my bid and got filled right there, and then still would have been really nicely green by the end of the day, right? But I just blew it. I felt like I was just literally missing everything. The only things I got filled on were stuff I wished I wouldn't. It's one of those days. And then also several good calls, but I got to share the CORT. I called this as a 5s buy zone pullback. So it probably looked about like this when I put it in the room. Look at the middle of the 5s buy zone. You got a whole number right there. That, to me, that's a perfect scenario for we like whole numbers and half numbers when they coincide with the buy zone. Perfect scenario for an 18 bid. I got a little too cute with my bid. I think I was at 17.82 or something. It ended up going down to 17.94 and then just ripped. But said that's just a perfect example. The first visit to that 5s buy zone. I mean, look at this thing. It ran from 13 to over 20 before visiting the 5, the middle of the 5s buy zone. So that first visit, when something's that what I call stupid strong, you got to be bidding, especially if there's a whole number in the middle of the buy zone. Again, I just bid a little too low. That would have certainly improved my day greatly. So there's a couple highlights from the day. There were several others, but anyway. So NNVC. These are things I'm watching for tomorrow. Big volume and a fairly strong close. Remember, I'm in cash every night, looking for things to give me an intraday trade tomorrow. VRA. Nice little breakout today on earnings, I believe. Strong volume, strong close. Certainly a good setup for a continuation day tomorrow. We'll see if we get a setup. I already talked about CORT. Very, very huge move. So probably not going to be in play tomorrow on the long side, but you never know. So I'll have it on a chart. BXRX, big volume and a nice pop, fairly strong close. Going to watch that one. OPES, big volume, strong close. DKNG, which is DraftKings, nice volume, and it's certainly interesting. Over today's high was 41.29. Over today's high, you kind of have a big move here, and you can kind of picture a flag, right? Trend line right there. It basically came up and hit the trend line right there. Michael Jordan taken on as an advisor or something along those lines. So nice headline, certainly nice volume, and definitely worth watching. The daily chart looks pretty good too. UAVS, kind of a sleeper pick, but had a really nice pop. Let's see, this Monday? Yeah. And then Tuesday, Wednesday, a couple lower highs. I like this one. The thesis is that Amazon got FAA approval for drone delivery, I think. Something along, again, don't quote me on it. I don't know the exact details, but UAVS is, there's speculation that they'll be using UAVS drones. Maybe they'll be using several drones from several different companies, right? But anyway, certainly one to watch because of the rumors going around in the FAA news. VFF, I'm not in love with this, but I've been watching it for like 3 days in a row, so I'm going to watch it again. It had this big pop and pretty much straight sideways since. So I haven't taken a trade in it, I don't think, since that pop, since I've had it on watch. SDC, Smile Direct Club, has had some issues with the $10 area. Here. But nice volume today pushing up to that area. So certainly interesting through 10, anytime in the next few days. TSRI, nice breakout today on strong volume for this stock. Really big volume for this stock. And also topped out right around 650. So maybe through the half tomorrow. A few more. Big C had this monster move back here. And now you've got kind of like, 3 or 4 days lower. What I'd like to see, you guys know me, what I'd like to see is a kind of a sideways range and an afternoon high of day break. Pretty good recipe for a squeeze if that happens. If it doesn't happen, I probably won't trade it. AUVI, only 3 days worth of data to go on here on the chart, but had a massive move on opening day. 515 to basically 13. Now you got a couple days lower. Just like Big C, I would like to see a sideways action and an afternoon high of day break. I think we could get a squeeze in that one too after what it did on opening day. And then lastly, AUTO has been really strong. And now you got a couple red days and actually kind of found its way into the buy zone a little bit. I'd like to see another red day come down here and then really have it on bounce watch after that. But, sometimes a strong stock, get a couple red days and it's off to the races again. So anyway, that's everything I'm watching. We'll add gappers to this list as well in the pre-market. And hopefully I can get my head out of my butt and trade better tomorrow. All right, I'm done babbling. I'll see you in the morning.